and ready to go.
Well, UNCG is known for soccer, so possibly some of these athletes were auditioning. We'll take a look at the Spartans lineup. Miller, Massey, Galloway, Dickey, and Hunter for the Spartans, who open up with a 3 that misses. Sharkey, Austin, Paget, Allen, and Dupree. And Robert Allen will score first.
First assist of the game for Josh Sharkey. Pushed the ball down the court. Allen beat everybody down. You know, Samford's started out in the zone, probably going to help with that depth issues they're having right now with a couple injuries.
2 guards are out, as Boyd said during our pregame. Dickey. Nice defense by Allen.
Yeah, with that lack of depth, you're going to have to worry about a couple things. You know, one, getting tired. Guys may have to play a few more minutes than they're used to. But then also fouls. You got to stay out of foul trouble since you're not going to be playing as many guys. So that zone may help that situation.
Logan Paget, turnover. He is the son of the head coach, Scott Paget.
UNCG forces over 19 turnovers a game, which comes in at turning the other team over. It's 4th in the country in how many turnovers they force the other team into.
And that's a problem, as you mentioned, Samford has been doing a lot of recently, turnovers.
Yeah.
They need to value possessions, protect the ball. James Dickey floats one in from the baseline.
Soft touch by Dickey. Again, UNCG is just going to give a lot of different looks today. Starting up a little 3-quarter court press. And they drop it back into a man-to-man.
Austin, off-balance shot, and then Miller with the rebound. Dickey is healthy this year. He missed the matchup against Samford at home last year. From the outside, the Spartans. Robert Allen.
Samford's going to have to do a good job on the boards, too. You know, UNCG causes some extra possessions when they get steals, cause turnovers, but also offensive rebounding. They're pretty solid at that area, too, so Samford's got their work cut out for them, keeping off the boards.
Austin tied up by Miller. Dupree runs the floor. Galloway got a hand on it. Now Dickey with the rebound.
Yeah, Galloway just coming back from injury. First came back, so it'll be interesting to see how long he can go.
Malik Massey with an outside miss. 2.5 minutes gone by.
So far we haven't gotten to see a matchup of the 2 point guards against each other. It's almost like they're saving each other. Oh, strong move by Allen, just didn't finish it.
And now Dupree trying to clean up, unable to, and then Dickey.
It's like both players are so important to their team. You don't want either of them to get a foul by trying to guard the other and one driving and getting a reach in or something.
Some cold shooting for the Spartans opening up.
The way they play defense, you know, they can sustain over some of that cold shooting, cold starts.
Valid point, my friend. Sharkey. And then one shot for Samford. Massey. Galloway, I think he traveled.
Yeah. Little shuffle feet, didn't quite get him set. He's going to get to sit down, get his wind as he's working his way back into playing shape. So just a little shuffle after he catches it.
Oh, right there.
Got to do that just before you catch, not right after.
So Galloway will actually sit down early, and Mohamed Abdul Salam will come in. As the old commercial once said about Wendy's, where's the beef? The beef is between Dupree and Salam, Abdul Salam.
Yeah, some strong guys in there.
There's some offensive tackles playing basketball. Reverse by Sharkey is good.
Oh, just an explosive move to draw by and then get by the big man inside with that little reverse.
Samford pressure.
Robert Allen gives him a long obstacle at the top of that zone.
3 ball for the Spartans, in and out. And then Paget with the board. Next whistle will bring us our first media timeout.
This is our first matchup of ones versus one, Miller and Sharkey.
Dupree setting a screen, then rolls. but it's Austin. Head fake, 3-shot. Got it. Media timeout, 15:30 remaining in the opening half, and the Samford Bulldogs in front of the Spartans by 5.
Find your way here, to a vibrant campus in the heart of a thriving city, where teaching and research inspire discovery and ignite change. Find your why, your voice, your place among students from all walks of life. Find your connection, your community, your legacy in a proud family of Spartans. Find your purpose, your journey, your home. UNC Greensboro. Find your way here.
We've come to this place from all over, and we've come for many different reasons. There are those who want to connect, and others who want to lead. There are some who want to create beautiful things, while others want to care for a hurting world. In the end, we are all here because this is a place where our passions find purpose. Samford University, for God, for learning, forever.
Samford by 5 early. Wes Miller has led his team to 3 straight 20-win seasons. For more on the Spartans head coach, here's Courtney Johnson.
Thanks, Kurt. In his 9th year as a head coach in the conference, Coach Miller said the most important thing he's learned is how great of a basketball league the SoCon is. He said it does not get the national reputation he thinks it deserves simply because no matter the standings or records, every single night is a battle. He said the thing that contributes to that is the coaching all across the board, which he said has impacted him significantly.
Yeah, we talked about that he played for the Tar Heels, won a national championship, and he wrote a book, didn't he?
Yeah, not only was Miller a basketball player while at UNC, but he also managed to find the time to co-author a novel with a local sports writer and publisher in Chapel Hill, Adam Lucas. The book, The Road to Blue Heaven, is based off of a journal that he kept his senior year in the effort to document and share his experience as a basketball player at North Carolina. The story behind the story is that Jared Haas, former UNC assistant and current Stanford head coach, did something similar during his time at Kansas, so Miller admitted to using that as his inspiration. Kurt?
Yeah, all right, here we go. Good game in progress, good report.
I haven't written a book yet.
Yet.
I think I'm behind.
Keyword yet.
It's impressive to be able to do that.
Oh, I got my Jordan book. It's all from the shoulders to the top of the forehead. I just haven't released it yet, but it's there. Dupree will sit. Dye is in at the post. Nice basket. Allegri, part-time starter, coming off the bench today.
Good job handling the press.
New bodies, by the way, on Sharkey. You talked about that, not Miller. There's Austin from outside.
Austin, Samford's best three-point shooter. Shoots a bunch of them, shoots over 42% from the three-point line. They need him to be hot today.
He has 54 threes made this year. Langley for 3. Keyshawn Langley.
You know, Samford's used to pushing it and trying to score a lot of points. You know, again, shorter bench, 7 guys, they may be okay with taking a little time to get set up and just making sure they don't get a turnover, get good shots up.
Sharkey. Kick out for Austin's 3. That's Allen on the boards and then rejected. Abdul Salam with the block. Steal.
Good steal.
Austin Can't finish.
I think he was expecting more contact than that and didn't quite get as much as he thought he was going to get on the way up.
So Langley wants a 3-ball and hits. Kobe Langley.
Langley's a 37% three-point shooter, so a solid shooter. They're going to have to get out there and find him. Yeah, that's one thing in the zone. You can find those openings against the zone.
By the way, that's Keyshawn, not Kobe. Kobe's his twin brother, but Keyshawn with a pair of threes. And this game now tied at 10.
Twin brothers on the team, that's got to be fun to play with each other.
Allen floats it in off the glass. Now remember, Allen is a left-handed shooter.
Yeah,
Tough shot.
That was really soft touch off the glass, too. Put it high, gave it a chance to go in.
3-ball, Spartans got it. That's Angelo Allegri.
Yeah, they had a slow start, went 1 for 7 the first 7 shots, but hit their last 4 for 4 since the timeout break.
UNCG 170 made threes coming in. Samford 141 made threes. Turnover, Sharkey. J.P. Robinson will check in.
Sharkey does a lot with the ball. Got caught with his hand underneath it just a little bit. Sometimes they let you get away with it if it doesn't give you an advantage, but not that time.
Logan Padgett takes the bench for Robinson. So look at that Samford lineup, one of the shorter lineups with Robinson and Sharkey. Typically, they don't play together.
Yeah, they'll definitely be toying with some different lineups here today with the situation they're in. Allen plays mostly at the 4. He's going to play a lot of 3 today with this lineup in.
Non-shooting foul. A lot of time taken right now for UNCG. That clock was about to tick off. Miller on the drive. Jump ball. Good defense. Yes, Robert Allen coming over. 11:56 remaining in the first half. We're going to take a look at Brandon Austin as we roll out. Spartans by 1. What do you got on Samford?
Coaching staff morale, and unless you want a player, that's probably the best.
Which one? I like the morale.
Okay.
I like morale. We're in, down by 1.
Yeah.
10 minutes in.
It's from Padgett and Logan Dye. So.
Okay. All right. Well, right now, a key is only 2. Only 2. Rebound, Samford 10-6.
Yep.
Look at the difference in the bench like you talked about.
Yeah. Well, they got 11 points off the bench already.
A very difficult stretch for the Samford Bulldogs. They've lost 5 straight games. And Courtney Johnson, Scott Padgett has to work on the mental game of his team, doesn't he?
Yeah, he said the biggest question is something else we can do to help. He said they can see that the team's morale has been low, and as a group, they're pretty distraught, so they're trying to figure out ways to bring more energy, figure things out schematically, or find something that will help in any way. Conversely, I also asked Logan Dye to give some insight into how the team is handling things, and he said right now they're trying to stay together as a team and not let the losses affect their culture. He said right now they're trying to figure out what they are each best at to emphasize that on the court.
Bulldogs in possession, down by 1. Now in the front court for Samford. Allen trying to play aggressive. Keeps it alive. Robert Allen, a strong 10 minutes, Boyd.
Yeah, they're going to need him today. You know, Samford obviously has a lot of talent. Their biggest thing is keeping that energy up, especially on the defensive end for an entire game. You know, the last 4 of the 5 losses, the last 4 they've been given an average of 96 points a game, and you're not going to win many games doing that. That's just too many points to try to keep up with. As much as Samford can score, they got to find a way to slow down the other team.
Isaiah Miller knocks down a 3, his first 3 points.
And that's where we talk about that gets even harder.
Wow.
Yeah, hit the line when he went
did.
behind the back on the pass. We had a good view of that right here. But it gets harder for him with that bench being a little shorter now. They got to find a way to keep that energy up.
11:07 remaining in the half. Scott Padgett again likes the energy of his team.
Yeah, they had a good start. Now they got to get through that middle section of the first half.
That's going to be a turnover for UNCG. My bad. Corinne Galloway back in the lineup. First time since late December.
Yeah, it'll take him a little bit of time to get back into flow.
That was intended to be a pass for Dye.
Yeah, I don't think that was supposed to be a shot there. Came off like a bullet.
Galloway's deep 3. Second chance, Miller.
Yeah, Miller had a slow start, hit the last 5 points though for the Spartans. Now he's got the matchup with Sharkey.
Sharkey taking Miller and then looking for Dye. UNCG got the defense there. This is Hewitt, pulls up for the 3. Got it. That's his shot. And Scott Padgett calling a timeout as this one was about to get out of reach here in a hurry. Wow, what a flurry by UNCG. That's an 8-0 run like that, like a snap.
Hit a couple threes and it turns fast, you know.
Got to be a little lucky as well. There's the good defense.
Yeah, good rotation and help side and into a fast break 3. Hewitt's knocked down a bunch of those for the Spartans this year. You know, Samford, again, this is that kind of middle of that first quarter. They came out with a lot of energy. They got to find a way to sustain it now. You know, they've gotten a little bit of a deficit after having that lead early. Spartans got a lot turned around after they called a timeout early in the game, and Miller got his team set and going in the right direction.
Like Courtney Johnson said during our court report, Scott Padgett working on the mental game, working on their approach when things don't go well.
It is. It can snowball fast, especially when you're riding that 5-game skid. You don't want to save it. You almost kind of get used to it, and you maybe start expecting it mentally, and you got to get over that hump. Changing up the full court press here. We're going more to a man look and get a little more pressure, make it harder to get the ball in bounds. They have been in just a little faux pressure.
You got that matchup again at the point guard position. Miller against Sharkey. Fun one to watch. Sharkey finds the lane, a seam. Out of bounds, Samford ball.
Yes, Sharkey got by him, but Miller was able to recover and get that hand on the ball from behind. Block the shot. Again, we're looking at a matchup of the 3rd and 4th leading steals guys in the country.
UNCG has a lot of height on their roster. Boss Lida is in now. He's a backup, but he's all of 6'10".
And Miller got his first steal of the game, but turned it over right after.
That's Miller. What an athlete he is. Junior from Covington, Georgia.
That's an interesting little three-quarter trap. It's not a lot of trap pressure. It's just kind of slow you down, and if they can get a steal out of it, they'll take it, but they're not all out trying to steal it.
Robinson will run, then find Dupree. Dupree, mid-range, got it.
Dupree's got a nice little jumper for the Bulldogs.
About a 10-footer, yeah.
Yeah, even from three, he shoots about 40% from the three-point line. Just doesn't take very many. He's very selective in the ones he shoots.
Miller wants three, and Miller has three.
Yeah, they're going to have to get more pressure on their shooters than that. UNCG's got too many shooters and a lot of space there on that one.
Isaiah Miller now with 8. Boyd, I think it's very obvious when you're watching this one on TV. You mentioned UNCG, their defensive pressure. You see how hard Samford has to work for their buckets. Dupree able to finish, but it just looks like it's coming a little bit easier for UNCG.
Well, they play a really tough man-to-man, and part of a really tough man-to-man is having a great help side, which your help side's almost like a zone. So even if the Bulldogs beat the man that's guarding them, there's usually two guys there ready to help out at the rim.
They have two 6'10" guys on the floor right now, but that's Isaiah Miller. Forget the guard, forget the 6'10" guys. Let's go guard play. And Miller now with 11.
11 in all in like the last 5 minutes.
Speaking of 11, 11 is now the margin.
Again, he's averaging 23 a game in conference play, so he's been scoring like this on everybody so far.
Immediate timeout, 7:34 to go in the opening half. The Spartans lead the Bulldogs when we come back.
Everybody's looking forward to something. Maybe it's getting your first job, or getting married, or sending the kids to college, or retiring. Whatever it is, it helps to have a plan. And America's First Financial Advisors can make a plan just for you. Get in touch or stop by today, and let's make a plan for your future.
Are ants and other pests invading your home? Protect your home with Cook's Pest Control. Cook's uses a proven system that's guaranteed. They begin by controlling pests inside, then maintain a protective barrier outside to help prevent future entry. Regular outside treatments mean your life isn't interrupted by pests or scheduling hassles. Call Cook's. Nobody is more thorough, courteous, or on time.
Looky, 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 here comes Cookie, Cook's Pest Control.
As a firefighter, I've got to stay in shape. So I use My Blue Wellness. It's a benefit I have with Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Alabama.
Check it out.
When I first signed up, I found their free health quiz. And after I took it, I set some goals to help me get on the right track. Talk about holding your feet to the fire.
Glad you can make it.
Take a free health quiz and get started on your plan today at alabamablue.com/healthquiz.
Isaiah Miller has put on a show the last 5 minutes. He has all 11 points. And for more on a junior from Covington, Georgia, here's Courtney Johnson.
Thanks, Kurt. He was named to the Lute Olson Award midseason watch list, the Lou Henson Award midseason watch list, and is currently third in Division I program history in steals. What these statistics and awards may not show is what his coach says is the number one thing about him that makes him a great player, and that is his effort. Coach Miller said he's always been such a competitor, and his willingness to compete is through the roof and has been ever since he came in as a freshman.
All I ask in my next life, Boyd, is that I come back and have his physique. That's all. Is that a lot to ask?
It's a pretty special one, so, and he knows how to use it too. You know, since UNCG had a little bit of a slow start, 1 for 7 in the first 4 minutes, Coach Miller calls a timeout. Since then, they're 9 for 11 from the field. That got them out of a hole real fast and built them an 11-point lead.
And most of that damage has been from outside. Sharkey getting hounded by Massey. It's an out-of-bounds call, not a travel, but out of bounds. It'll be a turnover anyway.
The pressure, they almost get the steal, but they still cause the turnover even without the steal. But if you're Sharkey, you'd rather get that called and then get the steal. They may get a layup if you straight out get the steal and get down the court fast. All right, they got to get out and find the shooters.
Lida, and stolen by Robinson. Another turnover for Samford. Three ball, off balance, won't fall. Then Allen with the rebound.
Something Sharkey has to be thinking about a little bit. You know, he has the ball in his hands for the Bulldogs a lot. You know, gets a lot of points, gets other people to have points, but he also averages over 5 turnovers a game. He's already got 4 in this game.
In the half.
In this half, yeah.
That number has got to, if Samford's going to have a chance to win, that number's got to freeze for Sharkey.
Got to protect the ball.
I think there's practically no chance of Samford winning this game if their turnovers are north of 20.
Yeah.
And that's what UNCG causes.
That's almost their average, yeah.
Yeah.
They almost average causing a little over 19 a game. You know, UNCG has one number that, you know, people don't talk about a lot, but 7.5 on the positive side. That is their turnover margin on the season. It's number 1 in the country. That just means more possessions for them, less for you.
Wes Miller very content winning a game 52-50 if that's what he has to do. Austin had a couple of threes earlier in this half. Keyshawn Langley. And Samford comes up with a strip steal. Logan Paget.
Samford's done a pretty good job so far of causing UNCG to have turnovers too. You know, they've already got 6. Good little hook shot. They only average 12 for the game. They usually protect the ball really well.
How impressive is that? A left-handed shooter with a right-handed hook. And then Abdul Salam.
A couple of good pump fakes. He had everybody jumping for that ball.
In fact, you and I were both off out of our chairs, off the floor. Spartans by 11 here in the opening half. There's Sharkey with some room. Offensive foul.
Abdul Salam was there for a while. Sharkey tried to jump to the side of him. Looks like he still caught him in the shoulder.
Set. Yeah, good call. You see Abdul Salam was set. Spartans are a deep club as well.
Yeah, where Miller gets the vast majority of the points, but then they got a bunch of guys after that that can get you 10 to 12.
Five seconds to shoot, and the ball will stay down here. One of the better defensive sets of the half for Samford.
Yeah, Samford's got to find a way to finish this one and keep them off the offensive rebound.
Spartans have 4 to shoot.
Switch the defense up, went man-to-man for this one possession.
Shot clock runs out. Yeah.
Great defensive stop.
Paget with a nice play. Officially, it will go down as a shot clock violation.
Toss turnover right there. He fights off the screen. He's trying to get pinned down, fights off, gets the block. See how the Spartans that time, they changed it up a little bit. They went for an aggressive half-court trap one time before backing into the man-to-man. You know, sometimes they try to lull you to sleep by not doing that very often, then they'll throw it at you. Samford did a good job handling it.
Austin got a better look, still came up short. And so did Dupree.
And it's a little bit of a hard spot, stopping about 8 feet from the goal. He probably should have tried to kiss that off glass, just a little soft touch. Left it short when he didn't.
Massey will sit. Galloway in for the Spartans. Off the curl, it's Austin. Keyshawn Langley on the foul.
Josh Sharkey would like to decline the penalty because he hit the three afterwards. He'd like to decline it. Is that okay?
Some sports, yes.
Here you go. We'll see it. Definitely drew the foul before on the move. But then he had the step back three. Decline. We'll take the three.
Well done.
It's been a pretty clean half so far. It's only 5 total fouls between the two teams. Unfortunately for Samford, Sharkey has 2 of the 3 for them.
And Sharkey will try the 3 ball, and he's got it. Basket is good, and then after the basket, Spartans commit a foul.
This could be a 5 to 6 point trip for Samford. Sharkey felt that last one, but they didn't count, so he's like, I'll just do it again. With the same result. I didn't catch, I was watching Sharkey's ball. I didn't catch what the foul
off the
was
basket.
On the underside, on the box out, I'm guessing.
Samford looking for a 5 or maybe even a 6 point play. Here's Sharkey, and he comes out, but he draws a foul.
He's excellent at drawing fouls. The speed he plays with when he gets going downhill.
Second foul on Keyshawn Langley. And Langley now with those 2 fouls comes out. Back in Isaiah Miller. Now most of the damage done by Samford was with Miller on the bench.
Yep.
It
Nice.
goes for Allen.
He got to use his left that time.
Yeah.
Again, soft touch. You're going to need Allen to leave it all out there. It's an important last 4-minute stretch. Can Samford pull it back, get it a little tighter? UNC try to pull away.
Miller at the top for 3. Second chance for the Spartans. Allegri.
Samford hadn't been able to cool Miller off, but it looks like the bench may have for a couple minutes. He finally missed the 3.
Timeout coming, our last media timeout of the half. Spartans by 6 when we return. Yeah. Hey, Corey, I would, just out of habit, I would prefer not to do a hit here.
Okay.
Because we've got you for halftime.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Obviously not for this half, but if you want to go next half, I got stuff on coaches versus cancer. If you
Yeah,
want to
yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
Yep.
it's too late now, but
Yep.
for this half. But
Yep.
yeah, absolutely. We could open up with that. But yeah, let's get you ready for the halftime interview with Scott.
Okay.
Cameron will have to find the brightest pair of shoes when we talk coaches versus cancer.
We're not going on camera. We're going to wait for the halftime. No, not really. Maybe, yeah. Give me a minute to talk with Boyd.
It's important the last 3 minutes. This is where, Mercer got up 19 here in the last 3 minutes last Saturday.
All right, I'm going to lead Boyd into where we are in terms of the game with 3.5 minutes left to go. And you either can close this lead or the thing could explode.
Yeah.
Right. Boyd Kaiser, one of those critical points in the ball game. If you're Samford, you got a chance to close this gap before you head into the locker room. If you're UNCG, you get hot again, you swell this thing up to 10 or 11 points.
UNCG was up 11 at about the 5.5-minute mark. So the last 2 minutes, they cut it back a little bit. And now here we are. This last 4 minutes is going to be such an important stretch to really make it a good ball game going into half. Samford could cut the lead right now. Or last week in the game versus Mercer, they were about this spot. Mercer came out and hit 4 threes in the last couple minutes. All of a sudden, it's 19 and a half. So, again, they've done a great job cutting in that 11-point lead. They got to finish with energy here.
Last basket for Samford was a 3. Here's a Miller steal. Miller drives, and then Miller taps it in.
Wow, that was all Miller.
I only needed to learn one name during that possession.
And Sharkey tried to just lob it over him. He jumped too high. That's all it was. He jumped higher than Sharkey thought he could.
That bucket by Miller, remember UNCG, after the Sharkey 3, had committed a foul.
Yep.
They had not scored. Padgett's 3 is going to be off. Sharkey on the baseline.
Yeah, good effort for the offensive rebound, just too close to it.
Lead is 8 for the Spartans, plus possession. Allegri, Galloway, and Hewitt. The starting point guard for UNCG the last 4 years was Francis Alonso, who's playing overseas. And Miller waited his time. The foul on Samford. Miller waited his time and has taken over at the point guard position in his junior year.
Yeah, it just seems to be getting stronger game by game. Averages keep going up.
Foul is on Dye. Dye will take a seat.
It's always fun to see guys. It's not just on one end. You know, a lot of times scorers just score. They take it a little easier on the defensive end, but he is all over you on defense too.
Allegri 6 for the Spartans.
He always had a little quiet return to the playing floor, but again, trying to work himself into playing shape.
Miller, he's that jump step.
It was quite a jump step. My jump steps don't go that far.
That's a vertical and a horizontal at the same time.
Yes.
Austin on the missed 3. Samford down by 8. In possession. Kick out. 3-ball. Allen.
Allen the last few games had a little bit harder time hitting those threes.
Clean block, but a tip in by Dickey.
Yeah, good recovery by Dupree there, but nobody can follow up on Dickey on that offensive rebound. And you know, that's what he does best, is go hit those boards. Every time they do that little three-quarter court, it takes almost the 10 seconds just to get it down. Just slow down your offense.
That leaves 10 to shoot. Padgett.
Wow, Dickey met him at the goal. That's strong.
Wide open Massey. So missed possessions for each team. Lead stays at 10 for UNCG. Wide open 3-ball. There'll be a foul on Allen. Allegri back in. Galloway checks out. 65 seconds remaining in the opening half.
Lead started to spread just a little bit. UNCG is going to want to close this half strong. They can get another 3 here.
And they don't. Sharkey using the jet. Oh my!
Dancing with 3-point play, strong finish. Brandon Austin just came out of nowhere for that lob. Sharkey speed going down and just the vision.
Oh, by the way, and 1. Foul is on Hewitt. Big moment for the Samford Bulldogs, trying to make it a 3-point play. And now the lead is down to 7.
That's it. Who's going to have the momentum going into half?
Still about, go ahead.
Yeah, I was just saying, Samford's defense has been pretty strong this half, only giving up 33 so far. Slowed UNCG down a little bit.
Shot clock at 5, winding down. Did hit the rim, so they get a reset.
Yeah, they'll get the last shot of the half now.
10 seconds remaining. Miller will look to go one-on-one. Robinson trying to D him up. Miller gets by, shoots and scores.
What a move. Miller just got a tech on the way out, though.
Isaiah Miller, you're saying Miller got a tech?
I think he flashed it up there real fast. He did a little taunt at JP after that shot went in.
The officials are discussing. We're just giving the officials a chance here before we get to Courtney. Straighten it out.
See
Let's
exactly what they
watch.
call, but if you watch, I think right after the shot, Miller has a little something to say to JP, and I think right there some hands came together for a tee. So yeah, so you're gonna get the free throws. No time on the clock, so.
All right, technical foul on the Spartans, as you mentioned. And here's Brandon Austin. Free point for the Bulldogs.
It's about the only thing Miller did wrong this half. Get that tee at the very end.
And that tee just cost 2 points. And so we'll have to adjust the score. It's 35-28. Spartans by 7 at the break. I like the pacing. I like the action, the vibe in the arena. A lot of fun. Courtney Johnson will talk with Scott Padgett. Court?
Coach, you told me yesterday how important it is for you guys to take the game in 4-minute increments. An exciting last 4 minutes. How are the next 4 minutes going to go coming out of halftime?
Well, it's got to be one at a time. So if we come out the first 4 minutes, we got to come out here and play like we started the game with great energy, rebounding the ball, getting after it. Unfortunately, right now, to be honest with you, our game plan is based around a guy that shoots 20% has hit 3 threes. So I think we've done everything that I've asked them to do. Miller's hit some threes, so we got to get to him a little quicker now. But he shoots 20% on the year, so that was part of the plan, was to challenge him late, and we'll have to make an adjustment at halftime on that.
Good luck in the second half. Thank you.
We'll be back from the Hannah Center. Our halftime activities will continue. 35-28, the Spartans over the Bulldogs.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
he's here.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I thought we were going to half. I didn't see the tee. Yeah, wow.
That's a good point. I forgot that he's only a 23% three-point shooter, and he went for 3 for 3 at the middle of that half.
Yeah. Okay, and that is second half. Right. You know what? Okay, hold on a second. Our halftime stats, yeah. All right, but we're doing highlights first. UNCG up by 7 at the break. And again, Eagle Eye Boyd Kaiser caught that technical. And that really changes that mindset a little bit, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean, again, it's the only thing Miller did wrong probably the entire half. He got a little too excited about that play and had to tell the Samford Bulldogs about it, and it cost them 2 points going into half, where they could have had a little bit bigger lead. You know, it was a good competitive half. You know, pretty good defense by both teams, good energy. You know, this is what UNCG does every day. Samford's needed this for a while. They need to keep it going in the second half. That's going to be a key. We're only playing 7 guys.
Spartans from the outside, and they drilled a bunch of threes.
Yeah, they knocked
like
down
they made 7 of them. Yeah.
They hit 7 of their first 12, so they missed their last 7. That helped Samford stay in the game and get that lead back with some good defense. And this play right here, nice little lob and one on the dunk for Brandon Austin.
Spartans lead at the half by 7. We'll be back from the Hanna Center, campus of Samford University, right after this time. Now, you're watching college basketball presented by Hinkle Roofing. Oh, okay. Good. Okay.
Thanks.
In or just do it myself? Yeah, okay. I think it's easier. No reason to change. Absolutely. No question. Yeah, no doubt. Everything we did was really just hitting. It's a great feeling. I can't control it. Did you hear it back yet? But you know what to expect. Yeah. Yeah. Right. Yeah, I mean that. My headphone amp in baseball is so much easier, and obviously I use it every day. So, a home run or a walk off. Well, I mean, again, maybe because there's no clock in baseball. I just 3.5 hours worth. Yes, yeah, and it's just been a solid first half. I mean, we couldn't ask for anything more. Yep. All right, she's waiting to tell me if she got Wes Miller. Court, did you get Wes Miller
Yeah,
yet?
I got him.
You got him? Okay. Right.
You doing stats for you?
Yeah, I'm going to do it by myself. Lakeshore Pharmacy. Spartans by 7 at the break. ESPN College Basketball is presented by Hinkle Roofing. We'll take a look at our halftime stats. It's presented by Lakeshore Pharmacy. We'll start the field goal percentage. 14 for UNCG, 11 for Samford. The three ball, a pretty big weapon for the Spartans, 7 threes, including Isaiah Miller. My broadcast partner, Boyd Kaiser, was talking a relatively clean game. Only 3 free throws, and remember, 2 of them came at the end after the technical. The Spartans, 1 more rebound, 1 more assist. And for Samford again to win this game, they got to lower that turnover. They've committed 9, 6 of them by point guard Josh Sharkey. That being said, well played both ways. Exciting. Should be a great atmosphere for the final 20 minutes of this game. 35-28, UNCG over Samford, and we'll be back from the Hannah Center in just a moment. Can you identify that song the band is playing?
Yes, but I'm not going to sing it.
Do you need the group? If I give you the group, you'll get the song.
This is Queen, isn't it?
Yes.
Those,
come on,
that
bottom girls.
ladies. Yeah, yep. See? Good. I was at something last week with somebody that said they had never heard Bohemian Rhapsody.
No.
And they're like 30. It's like, wait, I kind of understand if you missed it before, maybe. But the movie just came out like 2 years ago.
Right.
How'd you miss it then?
Or Mike Myers.
Yes, Wayne's World.
Yeah,
Wayne's World, yeah. But I was giving him a pass there, but I was like, 2 years ago, you should have heard it again. It was everywhere. Are we allowed to ask him what they said? For the T.
Oh, right. Yes.
Hey.
Yes.
He just barked too much right there at the end or something when he got the T. Yeah, I figured it was something. We couldn't see him over here.
Hold on. We're coming our way in about 30. Less than 30. 15. UNCG by 7. Courtney Johnson, Wes Miller's club, is out in front. What did he have to say?
Yeah, Kurt, coming out of the locker room, Coach Miller said he thinks the Spartans are doing good things. He said they've got 5 guys contributing defensively at all times, and continuing to take care of Sharpie will be important for them. He said they need to do a better job at the transition game and moving themselves around offensively. Kurt?
All right, partner, and Boyd, you were talking to one of the officials. Kind of explain a little further that technical at the end of the first half.
Yeah, I think, Miller made a really strong, good move to the hole, and it sounds like he let somebody know that he made a really good, strong move, and they kind of let that go. Then he let another person on the Samford team know that he made a really good, strong move, and they told him, okay, that's enough. So I did see him patting himself on the way out. My bad, but I think he'll recover here.
That's Isaiah Miller, who committed the technical. Second chance now for the Spartans. 11 to shoot.
And I don't know that he used the words, I made a really good, strong move. He may have said it a slightly different way.
You gave the PG version. So apparently it was an R.
That's
version.
usually what gets you the tech.
James Dickey on the block. Comes out for a 3. And at the shot clock violation. Yep.
Yeah, Samford had another good, strong
about the third,
defensive stat.
think,
Yeah,
right?
to play. Again, their biggest key is keeping it up. Every 4-minute kind of period that Coach Patchen was talking about playing in. They can't let up.
Token pressure, as you had mentioned.
It's token until Isaiah Miller about touches the ceiling when he jumps. He got one of those steals in the first half that day. Just didn't think he could jump that high.
Now Samford with 5 to shoot.
Good pass.
Nice pass to Pre. Unable to finish.
And great pass. Better recovery, though, on D.
Look at Isaiah Miller. Almost traveled. Finds help. And then Miller keeps it alive to Dickey. Finally, the Spartans.
Yeah, just too many attempts by the Spartans that time. Samford's got to get those boards.
Caleb Hunter. Points 3 and 4.
Spartans fought hard for that one. They wanted it more.
Good screen. And then a blocking foul. Dupree set a nice screen up high.
Yeah, Dickey tried to jump out just to keep him from going around the corner, and Sharkey decided to cross back over and try to just split the defenders. Got their legs tangled. He left just enough space for Sharkey to try to squeeze through.
Second on Dickey.
Yeah, I don't think anybody's really in foul trouble. We didn't have many calls in the first half.
No, only 3 free throws.
Yeah.
All shot by Samford, and 2 of them came at the very end. Sharkey.
Again, it's not the on-ball defender that got it. It was the help side came over and blocked the shot.
Turnover, UNCG.
A little too much hop that time for Hunter.
Yeah, I'm going to go back to the point you've been making. Every 4-minute quadrant in this game means something, and right now, not at the 4-minute mark yet, but the longer Samford stays around, obviously, the longer they got a chance to pull off the upset.
Well, that's kind of that mental side that we've talked about a few different times today, that they've had a hard time staying in the game, so it's not even really that close competitive at the end of these last 4. So that's where it's just so important to tackle those little 4-minute blocks at a time. And they did good in the first half doing that, except probably one in the middle where UNCG came out and they hit a bunch of threes in a row. And that's kind of what the lead is, all from that one time period.
Jump ball. Samford did not, or did they get the timeout? Sharkey thought he had a timeout. Wes Miller.
Was that they ended up getting the timeout maybe?
Wanting. Well, we'll take a media timeout and let this thing get sorted out. Miller wants a jump ball. 17:33 to go in the second half. Spartans lead the Dogs by 9.
You care. You love. You provide. You shelter. You rebuild the broken places. And as you do, you meet needs. You build relationships. You share the gospel. That is the hope of Jesus Christ. That is Send Relief.
Looking to advance your career? Do it with a nationally recognized MBA from Samford University's Brock School of Business. Brock's program design is flexible for the working professional. It's customizable with concentrations in entrepreneurship, finance, and marketing. Think about it. In 2 short years, you can graduate with an MBA from the Brock School of Business, an AACSB accredited school at Samford University. Apply today.
Well, officially it was a timeout, so Samford will get the ball. 15 to shoot. And 7:33 remaining in the second half. Good one today, partner.
Yeah, good, really solid. Samford's got to find a way to keep plugging away with their 7 guys, and UNCG just keeps doing, man. They just make everything hard when it comes to scoring.
Both DeAndre Thomas and Dante Tatum out for Samford. Not available. Push from behind on the Spartans. Caleb Hunter, the guilty party. Shot clock resets to 20.
You know, as hard as UNC guards you, I would expect there to be some fouls every once in a while because they play hard on that end.
Dupree draws the obvious foul.
Yeah, good dish by Allen. Little shuffle pass. One thing you're always taught, you know, when you're going to foul down there, make sure you foul hard enough where they can't actually make the shot. You don't want to give them 3. Dickey did that time. He held on with everything.
Jalen Dupree, for his size and bulk, as you have talked about, he's a pretty good shooter. He's an 80% free throw shooter. He has 10 threes.
That's good for anybody, much less a big.
No doubt. 6'8", 235. You see the measurements. And he will roll this one in.
He got the shooter's bounce there, a little soft touch.
Spartans by 7 on the road. Gain a catch, Miller and Massey. So Miller the 3. Boyd, what's that, 10 straight?
That's 10 straight threes that UNCG's missed. You know, Miller came out and hit his first 3. He's missed his last couple. Again, Coach Padgett said it going into half, only a 23% three-point shooter. So they were planning on trying to keep him from driving and contesting late.
Well, we talk about those 4 minutes again. Look at this. Near that 4-minute mark, and Samford only down by 5. They had trailed by 11.
Well, they've cut a little bit into the lead.
Isaiah Miller grabs the rebound. He had 3 Bulldogs around him. Now Samford, or rather, UNCG remains frigid from outside. That's 11.
Active on the offensive rebounds, though.
11 consecutive misses from downtown for the Spartans.
Their balance is a little bit more. They've shot 23 threes today out of their 41 shots. They don't usually take over half their shots from three-point range, but Samford in that zone's made it a little tougher for them. Going inside, a lot of the shots they've shot are open out there. They just haven't hit them.
Robert Allen in constant motion. That's him now running with Abdul Salam. So Sharkey with the wide open 3. Got a great look.
Good look. Everybody rolled with the screener.
Allegri keeping it alive. Back to Abdul Salam, the trailer.
Oh, good bounce pass.
Smart play. Did it work? Yes, it did. What a smart play by Sharkey. Yeah, what a great rollout. I'm sure we'll have that again with 15:36 remaining in the second half. UNCG by 5 over Samford. Hey, John, are we doing our tickets smarter? Oh, okay. So we'll go to Courtney. Courtney's on the bench. Courtney, you want a bench hit?
You want bench, or do you want the coaches versus cancer?
Yeah, let's do coaches versus cancer. Got to do it.
Okay.
Got to do it. So tell the camera people to get a shot of the sneaks. The kicks.
I don't know if you heard.
Yeah.
Did he say something?
He'll get it. But you're right. Coaches, cancers. If you get a hit on the sneakers. Both head coaches and their staffs are wearing kicks today, sneakers instead of shoes. And with more for why they are doing that, here's Courtney Johnson.
Yeah, Kurt, this week all around the country is the Coaches versus Cancer Suits and Sneakers Week. This is a nationwide event that was created to raise awareness and funds while encouraging education about cancer. While Coaches vs. Cancer has been around for over 25 years, this season they're focused on childhood cancer research, services, and awareness. A great cause that every coach today here is supporting with their sneakers. What do you guys think?
Yeah, no, I love it. Back in New York, Courtney, we call it the Billy Joel look because for about 30 years in concert, Billy Joel wore suit jackets, ties, and sneakers. So it's the Billy Joel look. Boyd?
Oh, it's just a great thing that they've done, and it's branded out. I think everybody across America knows Coaches vs. Cancer and what the NCAA basketball coaches do to raise funds for that cause, and what they've done over the last 25 years. It's amazing.
Double team on Sharkey. Allen, and then Samford breaks the press. Wasn't pretty, but the job got done.
He got there.
Samford trails by 5, a whistle off the ball. It's going to be against the Bulldogs. They got Allen. In hockey, they call that a penalty in the offensive zone, which is really the worst place. Same thing in basketball. Allen was on offense and got called for whatever the violation was. It's a tough way to turn the ball back over.
I just watching the replay just to try to see, and I don't know. I didn't see a ton there. It was a little bit touchy.
Samford in his zone with Allen on top.
Unforced error. Maybe Langley agreed that was a little bit touchy of a call, so he just wanted Samford to have the ball back. It's very nice of him.
Well, the basketball gods have made their decision. Good ball movement. 3-ball, Austin.
He's had a good shooting game. 3 for 4 from the three-point line. Just hadn't taken a ton of them. Samford's going to want to try to free him up for some more. 2-point game.
One of the Langley twins. And then back to Langley. Miller might have traveled.
Travel on the spin move. Lost his balance just a little bit while he was going.
Samford down by 11 in the first half. A chance to shoot for either the tie or the lead.
They got down by 11 when they had that barrage of threes in the middle of the first half, and UNCG just bombed them. And those have kind of gone away since then.
Sharkey wanted Dupree on the fancy slam.
Yeah, it was just a little bit high for him. Good hustle to get back, though.
Allegri keeps it alive. Langley fakes the three. And then Langley probably one pass too much.
Yeah, everybody being a little bit too unselfish. He had a great move, great pump fake at the three-point line, had defenders flying at him. You hate to fault somebody for being too unselfish, but you probably should have taken that little 5-footer off the glass.
I don't mind being faulted for being unselfish. I've gone my whole life. Kidding.
It's just something you've had to bear, huh?
Yes. We need some good guys in this world. Same position for the Bulldogs. 2 for a tie, 3 to take the lead. Lob for Dupree.
Get out that lane. There you go.
Sharkey's going to go all the way.
So quick off the bounce. Just kind of floats as he finishes at the rim.
Well, for 27 minutes, Samford has played toe-to-toe with one of the best teams in the conference. And a timeout called by Wes Miller will keep things right here. 37 apiece.
Yeah, this will probably be a key moment right here. So Samford got up pretty quick at the beginning of the game. Miller had a timeout and got his team refocused, and they took that 11-point lead after the timeout. So they're trying to get this going again right now. So see if Samford can keep the momentum going. Samford.
Boyd, still lingering in the back of my mind is that technical at the end of the first half that literally handed Samford 2 points.
Yeah.
There's 13 minutes, 20 seconds remaining. We'll see if those 2 points are something that eventually cost the Spartans this game.
Oh, just a little bit of momentum, too. A little bit more hope for Samford going in, where it would have been a 9-point game with a strong finish. Instead it's a 7-point game, and you're kind of feeling silly for doing something probably in the locker room. And I'm sure you got told about it in the locker room. And UNCG's got to they got to find a way to attack the goal, not shoot as many threes, or they got to hit one of these, because they've been shooting a bunch today, but haven't hit one in a while.
And by the way, Miller, who is on the bench, has not scored in the half. Alley-oop to Caleb Hunter.
So they drew up a good little play out of the halftime huddle there. I mean,
yeah,
timeout huddle.
So. Some pretty good chalk right there.
Yeah. And Miller had a slow start in the first half, but then he exploded toward the second half of the first half.
UNCG fighting for possession of the top slot in the SoCon. Traveling called on Samford. Meanwhile, the Bulldogs third from the bottom, and they have dropped 5 straight conference games.
I think they got Brandon Austin stepping out of bounds that time. It's that newer this year. The three-point line's a little bit further back, so there's less room when he's trying to set up. He decides to go in. That foot kicks back. You touch out of bounds before you drive.
Hunter, who just finished the alley-oop. Hewitt.
Really like it when the coaches draw up a good, well-executed play coming out of that timeout like that. That's what they did last time.
Off-balance shot created by the good defense by the Bulldogs.
They've been guarding long into those clocks this game.
Austin wanted 3. That was a momentum builder. Paget keeps it alive. Second chance for Samford. Paget with the ball fake and then off the hands of Caleb Hunter. So immediate timeout. Samford will have 5 to shoot. They trail by 2 back at the Hannah Center in just a moment.
This, my friend,
oh yeah,
new garlic Parmesan crust on a one-topping pizza for just $10. Better ingredients, better pizza. Papa John's.
Promise ring at 16, not a smart investment, Romeo.
Sitting behind home plate is worth all the hype.
Birmingham is Regent's hometown. And we're committed to helping everyone who lives here get where they want to go.
If you can't talk openly about money, you're not ready to move in together.
Switch for good, Birmingham. Regents has the people, tools, and tech to move you forward.
The madness of March begins in Asheville, North Carolina. Be at the Harris Cherokee Center, Asheville, March 5th through 9th for the 2020 Ingalls SoCon Basketball Championship presented by General Shale. You don't want to miss the action on the court as all 18 SoCon men's and women's teams compete for a conference championship and a berth in the NCAA tournament. Book your travel and tickets by logging on to SoConHoops.com or by contacting the Harris Cherokee Center Asheville box office. The madness begins here. Get your tickets today.
Welcome to Mount Crushmore, where toasty Parmesan peaks soar high above a sea of garlicky goodness. The new garlic Parmesan crust for just $10, only at Papa John's.
Bernie Samford's Bulldogs only down by 2 points. Plenty of time left to go in the second half, but I would imagine Scott Paget is pleased with the effort.
Yeah, Kurt, over the last couple of timeouts, Samford's bench has been optimistic, saying keep fighting, recognize who you're around, and they're going to look to go for a play over the top here, so watch out for that.
Now, Boyd, we were talking about turnovers a lot. Samford's committed 12, but you know, UNCG has committed 11.
Yeah, Samford's defense has been a lot better today. They've been perfect taking care of the ball, but they've been pretty solid with it down there.
Logan Guy floats one in to tie the game up.
Right off the bench, they went right to the big man inside.
This is probably Samford's best defensive effort in about 7 or 8 games. 3 ball.
See if that opens up the floodgates for UNCG or not. They finally knocked one down after missing about 11 straight.
That was Hewitt on the 3. Sharkey gets the assist to Dye. 4 quick points rather for Logan Dye. Hewitt off balance.
It's almost like, you know, Samford's going to just let them have some of those threes. You know, they got to hope they don't knock them down because they're trying to play that zone. Conserve some energy, conserve some fouls. Good aggressive play by Sharkey there. So quick.
Hewitt on the foul.
Yeah, Hewitt just couldn't get over there. He kind of hopped at the end trying to get over there.
Non-shooting foul. Yeah, I thought so. So on the floor.
That's just part of the rule today anyway. We're not shooting many free throws today.
Allen on the block. Allen to the hole, and Allen draws the foul.
That's a strong move.
Back-to-back fouls by Hewitt. So Hewitt will pick up his third, and he was a tad late on the help.
Yeah. Well, it's because he caught it and turned so quick to go to the goal. He didn't waste any time. Didn't hesitate.
Allen got hit in the face.
I think they're going to have to look
Might
at
have
it.
drawn a little blood.
Well, they got to review it now to see if it was the incidental contact or not above the neck shoulder area in the face.
Right. For what would be a flagrant.
To see if that would be a different than just a normal foul.
Look at that scoreboard there, separated these two teams by just 1 point. Standings will tell you otherwise. Samford near the bottom, UNCG near the top. UNCG, by the way, they've won 6 straight against Samford. They've also won 10 of the last 11 meetings.
See the play in here. I think Hewitt gets him in the face when he comes over. Just a little.
You know, when you watch that in slow-mo and on replay, a little bit more volatile than naked eye game speed. I'm not saying he did it on purpose, but that replay lends you to believe that a little bit more violent than perhaps the mind told you.
It was, but then Allen kind of gives a little look at the camera and told me he was okay afterwards.
Yeah, but again, you talked about it. It's that above the shoulder, and they're going to look at it now. And we'll look at it in another angle.
It's the swipe down that gets him in the face. He missed the ball, missed the arms, and got him in the face when he swiped down.
Well, I'll tell you what, just a little bit more force, and Robert Allen is on the back of his head on the floor hard.
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if they give this some kind of flagrant the way it's called today. I mean, he definitely got him. And again, it's more the swipe down that missed the ball.
Yes.
Let's see what it is.
It'll be a flagrant one. All right, Boyd.
Yep.
Explain.
Well, it's kind of what we were talking about. When he swiped and didn't get him in the arms, he ended up getting him in the neck area, and that is that flagrant one now. So that's all you have to do. It doesn't have to be super violent. It doesn't have to draw blood, anything like that. It's just the fact that he got him in the neck face area.
We did a game earlier this year. The same thing happened. The intent was not there, but it was the result, and anything above the neck will cause you a flagrant one.
It's the game of basketball. You fly around, things happen a lot like that, and they're just trying to protect the players, protect that head area as much as they can in every sport nowadays. So, and with that, we got a tie game.
Off the curl, that's Austin. Allen. Second chance for Allen, who draws the foul. I think it's Dickey, and that would be his fourth.
Allen's been a workhorse in there today for the Bulldogs.
Samford will head to the line a 1-and-1 now, not quite in the double bonus.
I don't think we had 7 total fouls in the first half by both teams. And again, Samford only has 1 foul right now with 10 minutes left. And that's more because they've been sitting in that zone and UNCG's been settling for 3-pointers, not attacking the goals, so not very many opportunities to foul.
There's another 3, and this one does go. Galloway.
Galloway's first one today.
That's right. We are now more than halfway through the second half. Austin with a strong move. That is on Dickey now. That's his fourth, so the other one was not on Dickey, the previous foul. But Dickey now 1 away from expulsion.
Yeah, he knew that was going to get him off the floor. He didn't like that.
Brandon Austin at 15 points. Big man James Dickey has to sit with those 4 fouls. Langley and Miller, game of catch. Low block.
Good swarming defense by Samford.
$15 to shoot for the Spartans. Isaiah Miller. Now Langley. Big man Lyda. Now Langley trying to light it up.
Sharkey was right in his face on that 3. Oh, good kick down.
Allen was running out of courtroom.
Yeah, it was just a good job to catch it and even get the ball up before going out of bounds.
Isaiah Miller's shot. Now a whistle on Samford. It'll be on Allen. So that was on the shot.
Yeah, I think the call came just a little bit late after the referee saw how the ball went off.
Right, and I was thinking for a moment it might have been on the rebound, which would have been a non-shooting foul. Yeah. Isaiah Miller, his first points of the second half.
Yeah, he's been really quiet this half.
14 total points.
$15 points and 8 rebounds now for Miller. He's been getting it done on offensive rebounds this half, even though he hadn't been scoring.
Now Samford will set up. Dupree set the screen for Sharkey. Back to Dupree. Padgett little turnaround.
Good defense by UNCG there.
Sharkey.
Picked his pocket. Such quick hands.
More steals than anybody who ever has put on a Samford uniform. And now he draws a foul on Langley. That's Kobe Langley who will pick up the foul. 3-point lead for the Spartans. 7:57 remaining. We'll be back at the Hannah Center in just a moment. Okay. Yeah. The ticket smarter. Right. There. Time to take a look at our ticket smart play of the game. We'll see an alley-oop dunk from Sharkey to Brandon Austin. Ticket Smarter, the smarter way to buy tickets to live events. If you're looking to experience and enjoy the power and excitement of all the best sports, concerts, and theater events, visit Ticketsmarter.com and download the app today. 3-point lead for the Spartans on the road. Less than 8 minutes to go. Boyd Kaiser, my broadcast partner, there's one thing that Scott Padgett's team has been able to prove, and that is that they can play ball with the best in this conference, but it's putting together that consistent effort game after game, and as you've been mentioning, 4 minutes at a time.
Well, and that's the thing that's kind of snowballed on them the last few games, but preseason, they were supposed to be competing with all these guys, so again, I know we just did the play of the game. It could come down to something else here at the stretch. We may have to change it towards the very end. Who knows? It's been a good, fun game so far. It's so close.
Racket. Sharkey with 8. Now, Sharkey is a 76% free throw shooter. 2 for 2.
Samford hadn't been the line much today, but they've been very good when they have been there.
UNCG, one of the top mid-majors, getting all they could want from Samford here, right outside of Birmingham. Did you peek at that Spartans pre-conference schedule, by the way?
They played some tough games to get them ready.
Big boys. Kansas, NC State, they lost at the buzzer.
Kansas,
and Georgetown.
Kansas was only like, what, a 12-point game, something like that on the road? It was pretty close. And that's one thing, defense can travel. When you're determined to lock it down and keep people from scoring a lot on you, that can travel.
Defense goes on the bus, doesn't it?
Yes.
It always has a seat. You have defense, you'll find a seat. No basket, but Allegri draws a foul. And Allegri will be headed to the free throw line.
Yeah, something they haven't done a lot of this half, attacking the goal, and good things happen when you do it a lot of the time.
Angelo Allegri, sophomore out of Kansas City, Missouri. Two-point lead for the Spartans. And the lefty makes it a 3-point game. In your math, Boyd, Samford's got 2 more 4-minute quarters to play. 4 more mini quarters. 2 more 4-minute quarters, rather. Sharkey, Dupree, foul.
That was a pretty find by Sharkey. Does everything to get in the lane. That little inside-out move had Langley jump in the wrong direction.
Now Dupree at the free throw line.
Yeah, again, this shorter bench lineup, they've worked their way through most of those little mini periods we've talked about. So find the energy to finish it here, which, being 1 point down right now, 2 points down, you would think they'd have it.
One out of 2 for Dupree.
And I would think UNCG is going to want to get Miller going here. He's been pretty passive the second half.
Or they can go outside and get hot with Allegri. Sharkey looking for some help. Dupree set a screen, then rolled. And it'll be a reach-in foul on Keyshawn Langley.
Langley almost had it, but too much body when he came through.
Now Austin is an excellent free throw shooter. Knocked down his last 2. 16 total points friendly rim. Now this is to make it a one-possession game. It's funny how many times you rattle in one and then the second one's a swish. Like, you make this adjustment.
It's like, yeah, once you see it goes in, it always feels good the second time around.
Long three, Spartans got it. Keyshawn Langley, that's his third.
See, I told you they didn't need to look for Miller down the stretch here
Right.
and get him going. Other guys just knock down threes. That's fine.
It's the second big three in a row for the Spartans.
And again, that little three explosion in the first half is what built their lead in the first place. So can they keep it up?
Austin on the strong drive. And
they got him on the charge.
Offensive. Watch it again. I think Lyda did get good position. There's Lyda set.
It's a very, very calmly called charge, too. That's why I had to wait for a second to see what he was going to call.
Steal.
Those long arms out front finally helped.
Nice comeback there by Massey. Otherwise, that's 2 easy points. Massey did not give up.
Yeah, they hustle on defense all the time.
Dupree. Little bump and run.
Strong move.
Good no call in your
Yes.
eyes?
Yeah. No,
Yeah,
I mean, there's a little contact, but he didn't go down in a way where I saw him actually get knocked down. I think he was trying to draw it.
Yeah.
It would have been better to use those long arms to just keep him up in the air that time.
So James Dickey in his 4 fouls comes back in. Lyda will sit. Allegri will also have a seat.
Lyda gave him some good minutes while Dickey was on the bench, but they'll definitely be glad to go back to him inside.
Did they get 5? Yes.
Samford defensive effort's been there all day today.
UNCG averages 74 points a game. They're at 55 right now. Again, you notice Miller doesn't take Sharkey a lot on defense. Austin. Oh, that's out of bounds off the Spartans.
Could not control the rebound.
Off of Miller.
Got up there for it, just couldn't quite control it off the bounce.
As we've mentioned a few times, Samford without 2 regulars, including 1 starter, DeAndre Thomas.
Yeah, 5 minutes left. You can't worry about being tired now. You got to finish.
Offensive.
Yeah, moving screen. He kind of just shoved out just a little bit to the left on that screen. Didn't need to do that.
Tough one again, as we say, in the offensive zone.
Yeah.
Couldn't get a shot off.
Yeah, it just comes down to a turnover at that point when you call it.
UNCG by 4. 4.5 to go. Dickey. Spartans able to connect. Caleb Hunter. Got a nice game in support. That's 8 points for Hunter.
UNCG's doing a good job finding a lot of different options to score here because it hadn't been Miller in the second half at all. Other guys are stepping up and knocking down shots.
Ten to shoot for Sharkey.
Clutch shot right there, keep him in the game.
Home run for Sharkey. Now a 1 point or 1 possession game until that. Massey, they give him 3 or 2?
Looks like 3. Yep.
3.
Yep, he's back.
Those are his first 3 points of the game. All come on 1 shot.
Yeah, right after Samford tried to go gain some momentum with that deep 3, they got it right back.
Sharkey tries the home run.
Miller's so active on the rebounds today. Just bounces up in the air.
Crazy athletic. That's the only way to describe him. 3:05 remaining. UNCG up by 3 on Samford. We'll take a timeout from the Hannah Center. Things are rocking. Back in just a moment. All right, Court, what'd you say?
I was talking to their SID.
Oh, okay. What do you got?
Do you want a bench hit? Do you want something I already have? Do you want to wait? What do you want?
No, I don't want to wait. We'll hit it because it's important. Might be a bench hit for Spartans.
Okay.
Okay. You're over there. Let's get a bench hit, see what Wes Miller has to say. UNCG. Spartan bench. That last basket, by the way, by Massey, overturned into a 2. Not a 3, but a 2. Courtney Johnson, what does Wes Miller have to draw up with 3:05 remaining and up by 2?
Yeah, Kirk, Coach Miller and the Spartans trying to set up an outside play here for them. They also said that their defensive energy needs to pick up here for the last 3 minutes, keeping their hands up, talking, continuing to talk.
Wes Miller?
Yeah, that's a big review here at this time in the game. Get to go over there and look and just double check that 3. Foot was on the line, so now it's a 2-point game.
Would you allow me to say those 2 points again at the end of the first half are looming? We'll see.
For sure.
Remember, it really could be a 4-point, 2-possession game. Foul on Samford Sharkey.
Samford tried to change it up coming out of that. They haven't played a lot of man-to-man today, and they got it there out of that timeout.
You are now at exactly 3 minutes remaining in the SoCon battle. On the road, UNCG against Samford. Hunter makes it a 2-possession game. 6'4" sophomore from Lewisburg. And right back to Dickey. Second huge chance now for the Spartans after the missed free throw. Miller missed an easy shot underneath, something he rarely does.
Too strong underneath. The UNCGs are so active, they keep getting more chances.
Big offensive boards. Here comes Isaiah Miller and the Spartans. Miller on the wing. 3. No. Kept alive. Another offensive board. Scott Padgett livid.
They're all over the offensive boards this second half.
Well, they've cut about 30 some odd seconds off the clock without scoring. And now a turnover.
That's 15 offensive rebounds for the game. That's huge, extra possessions. Now on the other end, Samford's winning the turnover battle, 16-14 on them. So, or 16-15.
With numbers, and Hunter blocking foul and one.
Yeah, that was just about to finish. You know, that's the kind of turnover you get it out on a steal. So that's a 3-on-1 fast break. Paget just couldn't get there in time. Probably would have better just go up strong with him, try to keep him from hitting the layup.
He got crushed on that possession.
Yeah. That hurts after giving up 2 or 3 offensive rebounds the possession before, and then they end up scoring or end up turning over.
Samford down by 6. Under the 2-minute mark. Not necessarily in need of a 3.
They just got to keep attacking and get the best shot they can. They can't take a lot of time anymore.
Sharkey now decides to go all the way and does draw a foul on Caleb Hunter, which stops the clock.
Yeah, took a swipe at the ball and got his arm here coming in.
Sharkey with 16.
Yeah, Sharkey hadn't done a lot of scoring until this last 3 minutes. Hit a couple threes, that gets you going pretty fast.
It doesn't feel like it, but he has 17 total points now. Spartans by 4.
17 and 5 assists.
90 seconds remaining. Miller, no foul. 3 ball, Spartans. That should be Spartan ball. Yeah, Robert Allen. Allen had it off of him, although he wants a review. Take a look, Boyd. What do you see? Allen and Paget, although the officials will grant
Yeah, it looks like they'll double
Allen's
check it.
wishes.
They can do that in the last couple minutes just to make sure they get this important call correct. In a 4-point game. Again, it looked like a rebound Samford should have had and gotten control of. And
they had 2 versus 1. 4-point game as the Spartans lead down the stretch. And we'll take a look at that again.
Yeah, I think Miller may have gotten that right there on the swipe down. Is that Miller's hand?
Hard to tell. But luckily, I don't have to make that decision.
Well, the hard thing for the coaches in this huddle, you got to talk about 2 scenarios, right? You got to set up for both. You got to be talking about what you're doing on defense. If you're Scott Paget right now, you also have to be talking about what you're going to do on defense if you're UNCG, because you don't know exactly who's going to get the ball. So what are you going to do on offense? What are you going to do on defense, depending on what this call is?
1:21 remaining. This would be a signature win this season for Samford if they can pull it off. Meanwhile, as we mentioned, UNCG, a train. They've got 3 straight wins. They're 15 and 5 overall. All right, tell me if you see anything that might turn this around.
I think Samford got it first there, but on this swipe down, I think Miller's hand hits
right
it
there,
right there on the way down.
Now, we can't tell. We're assuming. Because visually it looks like it is, but maybe it never did.
Yeah, it seemed right. I don't know, but I know it's got to be definitive here to overturn. And
the eyes are telling you that Miller, great stuff on the replay there, but the eyes are telling you that Miller's hand forced the ball down. But we don't know. There's no angle that says that Miller's hand was on the ball.
I do know it makes a more exciting game, though, if Samford gets the ball right here, right? Because it's down 4. I'll tell you what's flat.
It was Miller.
Okay. Yep. Refs confirm, referees confirm it was Miller swiping on the way down again, and he's been an animal on the offensive rebounds this second half anyway. He's just the ones he's gotten and almost gotten.
Excellent camera work. And now Dupree and Sharkey. Sharkey outside three. Austin the head fake. Austin comes back. They want a foul and they'll get it. 3 free throws coming up for Brandon Austin.
The last thing you want to do if you're UNCG is get a foul on that shot. He's trying to contest, but you can't make contact here on it. Great pump fake.
But here it is. The foul is not on that first shot or the head fake, but the second one. Actually flew by on the first one, didn't he?
Trying to recover there on that second one and just got him in the arm.
19 points for Austin. Remember, again, the clock is stopped right now at 1 minute exactly. Bulldogs within 2. Langley comes in for Hunter. Austin trying to go 3 for 3 on this possession.
First miss today from the free throw line.
2-point lead for the Spartans. Massey right now, instead of Miller with the ball in his hands. They want Miller to shoot.
Samford defense is stretched out, making it hard.
Yeah, timeout by UNCG. Interesting set there for the Spartans. Isaiah Miller didn't have his hands on the ball very much.
He's been pretty quiet in the second half, and again, other guys have been stepping up, knocking down shots.
He had 13 at the half.
Only got 15 now.
2 in the second half.
Yeah.
But boy, do I feel more comfortable when he's dribbling because he can follow his shot. He can do a lot of things.
It'll be interesting to see what Coach Miller draws up here. 12 seconds on the shot clock, 41 in the game. And I'll just stress this when it comes to this shot going up. Box out. Samford's got to keep him off the offensive glass. UNCG's been doing a great job on the offensive glass.
UNCG with 12 seconds to shoot. Let's look for Miller. Here he comes. No one's guarding him. So used as a decoy. And that looks like a Samford foul, which will lead, 3 free throws coming back for the Spartans.
Going back again. Brandon Austin doesn't think he got. Let's see. Body maybe hit the arm after, but may have gotten the ball before he got the body.
Big call at Keyshawn Langley, by the way. 18 out of 19 from the line this year.
You got to feel good having that go to the free throw line at the end. 95% free throw shooter.
Missed 1 all season. $11 in the game for the freshman, Keyshawn Langley.
Not bad for a freshman down here in the last minute to knocking down these free throws.
Takes a deep breath, very calm at that line. And he brings home 3 free throws.
They're getting Hunter back in on defense, letting him play on offense.
Sharkey for Samford. Dupree got fouled by Galloway. Galloway didn't know it, but he would have been better off letting him go.
Sharkey's so fast, that took a whole 3 seconds off the game clock to get it down that fast.
A dozen points for Jalen Dupree. Will Samford full court press, Boyd?
I would think they will be all over them right now. You know,
bench timeout.
Yeah, 3-point game. Shot clock's almost off. you got to get some pressure on him, go for steals, try to make him cause a turnover. If not, you got to foul.
And I want to continue that. If you do get the steal, do you go for the three? Look at the clock.
It depends when you get it. If you get it full court press and you get it on this end, you don't have to go hit a two, you're down one, now you do the same thing. And I don't know if he's still in the game, but if Dickey's still in the game, he'd be who I'd try to foul if I could. He's only about a 50% free throw shooter, but I would assume he's either out or not supposed to touch the ball on this press break.
Now he'll be on the floor, James Dickey. Guarded by Robert Allen.
And as much as Miller's your scorer, he's probably the next guy you want to foul if you can when it comes to free throw percentages for UNCG.
There's that press and the foul. 27.8. Double bonus for UNCG, so they've got two coming up. Two guaranteed shots.
That's definitely a bonus for them to have two shots in your pocket right here.
Malik Massey, 68% on the season. Well, that is his third point of the game. We thought he had his third earlier, but they changed the 3 to a 2. Already a 2-possession lead.
There's been some good free throw shooting in this game today.
"20 seconds. Clock the enemy for Samford.
Got to be aggressive.
And a steal by Isaiah Miller, and he'll throw it home. Bingo! The dagger.
Yeah, that turnover's probably it.
Austin. Dickey, no foul, and that should do it. As UNCG will pull off the win on the road. Exciting ball game. And the Spartans continue their recent dominance over the Bulldogs. They've won 7 straight and 11 out of the last 12.
Good finish, competitive game the whole way through. UNCG just made enough plays down the stretch. A bunch of different guys knocking down free throws, knocking down threes for them. They didn't just lean on Miller.
Well, this is the front end of a doubleheader. Let's go with Courtney Johnson and Wes Miller. Court?
Coach, you told me before the game coming in, you knew you couldn't overlook Samford. They kept it interesting all the way until the end. What did it take to get the road win here today?
We just found a way. It wasn't pretty. Give that group a lot of credit. They got a lot of guys out, injuries. They're playing heavy minutes. It wasn't our best basketball, but we found a way, and you got to be proud of that.
With this win, your seniors are now the winningest class in program history. How have those guys continued to excel over the years?
Well, the other guys have been a part of a lot of those wins too, so I don't want to give them all the credit, but that's pretty neat. I'm really proud of that. And the guys that I think that were the winningest team or the winningest class before this was last year's class. So if we can keep doing that every year, we'll be doing something right.
Congratulations on the win, Coach. Thank you.
All right, Courtney, great job. Final score in a wonderful ball game, entertaining ball game, and it's round 1 of our doubleheader, by the way. So for my analyst, Boyd Geiser, this is Kurt Bloom saying so long from the Hannah Center, where the final score is UNCG with the victory. Did you write it? Oh,
63.
Thank you. I needed your help. 70-63 over Samford. Well, you're the All-Star. All games airing on the ESPN Network and streaming live and archived on the ESPN app. This has been a presentation of ESPN.